Showtime is here, no time to fear. Carell is so near because Showtime is here. So on with the show, let's give it a go. Carell is the one that you need to know. Now it's Showtime.
Sorry, I was fixing my desk. Oh, we have so much to talk about that does not involve me fixing my desk. From Donald Trump's wealth.
Now it's Showtime.
Child, it is the Carell Show. I am Carell. Happy July 1st. Oh, we're here. We made it to another month. I'm so glad you are with me. We've got so much to talk about. Today in history, 1979, Sony officially released the Walkman and changed portable wearable music forever. How many of you remember your first Walkman? I certainly do. I converted all of my vinyl to cassette tape. I would buy these BASF. They sold 30 cassette tapes in a holder, and they were blank. And I would convert. I had 4 of those, so 120 cassettes because I had 120 albums. 35 or 40 of them back in the day was Barbra Streisand. Oh, yes, Barbra still with us at 84 and working on a new album. I'm Barbra Streisand. Oh, I wish I were. Don't tell me not to live, just sit and putter life's candy and the... Oh, yes, I could do it. I could play her in a movie with a whole lot of help of AI. So today in history, 1979, the Sony Walkman was released. How many of you remember it? Did you love your cassette tapes? Because you got to learn so much with a cassette tape. For instance, you got to learn you could stick a pencil through one side and do this round and round and round to make it fast forward. And many of you learned that if you took an X-Acto blade and sliced it and then put a piece of Scotch tape, you could fix a broken cassette tape. Oh, the things. See, these young fuckers, they don't know shit. They just press play and it plays. We used to have to do things like fix the tape, okay? And remember when your record had to be cleaned or it was warped? How many of you would lay something heavy on top of your warped record and then put it outside for a minute to see if it would flatten out? One time, I put my records in the dishwasher. I did. I did not let it go on the heat cycle, but, I washed it. It worked. Oh, yes, they never changed the needle. Well, now some of them have with the vinyl today, but... Oh, yeah. So the Walkman and cassette tapes. And then remember the CD Man came out after that. It was a portable battery-operated CD player. And you really couldn't, the Walkman you could jog with and do everything because tapes don't skip. But with the CD Man, you had to set it down because if you tried to jog with it, they tried to make it so you could jog with it, but you couldn't. It would skip. The CD would skip. People think CDs don't skip, but they do. So there's all of that going on. In the world on Today in History. I like to start the day with a day in history every day. A little bit of history, a little bit of Monica, a little bit of history by my side. There was some other history today. What was it? Oh, I forget. I get an email every morning about this day in history. And there's some big time stuff that happened today in history. It's so weird because we're making history every day. They'll read about the things going on right now, in the history books. So we're making history, as we speak. Princess Diana's birthday is today. She was born in 1961, so she'd be 64, 65 years old. Dan Aykroyd was born today, born in 52. The 1904 Olympic Games, the first ever held in the U.S., opened in St. Louis today in 1904. In 1863, the Battle of Gettysburg began, and that's something. Canada established itself as a self-governing state today. Isn't that something? The Battle of San Juan Hill, that happened today. What else happened? U.S. Post Office introduced zip codes today. Zone Improvement Plan. ZIP. Zone Improvement Plan. In 1963. Just think, when I was born, there were not zip codes. Zip codes did not happen until 1963. Isn't that something? And today in 1984, the PG-13 rating came into being. 1984, under Reagan, Nancy Reagan. She's the one that got the PG-13, because it used to be G, PG, R, X. That was it. Now it's G, PG, PG-13, R, X, NC-17, which is basically porn. So yeah. Yeah. If Scotch tape didn't hold, the end disappeared into the cassette. That's right. You lost it. However, I've popped open a cassette before and redone the tape. Oh, yes. And then snapped it back together. How many remember 8-tracks? There used to be portable 8-track players. Remember 8-tracks?
If you're not visiting reallycorrell.com daily, you're missing out. Get the podcast, videos, and the blog, including recipes at reallycorrell.com. That's really KAREL.com.
Showtime is here, no time to fear. Corel is so near because showtime is here. So on with the show, let's give it a go. Corel is the one that you need to know.
Nonsense, Sandy. In the chat room at youtube.com, youtube.com/Really Corel. And my patrons, I love you. I lost a couple of late, so we're down to $1,020 a month instead of $1,040. So we lost a couple. But I'd sure love new ones at patreon.com/Really Corel to keep the show going. Sandy says that she just bought $400 worth of fancy new sheets and bedding that you don't need. Of course you need it. You spend 1/3 of your life in bed. 1/3. This is what I never understand about the kitchen and the bedroom, which you can combine if you work it right. But in the bedroom, people skimp. They skimp. They spend the least amount they can on sheets. And not Andrew. Oh, no, I have a good training in this. Andrew, when we were dead ass broke, Andrew would go to Macy's backstage or Nordstrom Rack or wherever, and he would still buy the Egyptian cotton or the 1,000 thread count sheets, sateen sheets. We slept on great sheets even when we were poor. There was time when all we had was a mattress, but we had good-ass sheets, honey. Because you know what? Life is too short. You spend 1/3 of your life in the bed. Your bed should be sumptuous and welcoming, and you should spend the most money on 2 rooms in your house. 2 rooms. The bedroom and the kitchen. Fuck the media room and the TV and all the stereo equipment. Nuh-uh. The 2 rooms you should spend the most money on in your house, the bedroom and the kitchen. The bedroom, because it should be your refuge, your place, your sleep. Oh, my God. My bedroom is something. I've got a portable air conditioner over in the corner. I've got a humidifier on the desk. I've got an air purifier at my feet and a Sonos speaker. So at night, the Sonos speaker plays airplane sounds of a jet engine. That way Ember sleeps when we travel. The fan on the air purifier is going. The humidifier is going, and the air conditioner is going. I sleep in a 69-degree darkened tomb. And my pillows and sheets, baby, I go to Macy's backstage, and I get the good stuff. Now it's on sale. I get like $500 sheet sets for under $100. I just wait till they're at Macy's back. I don't care about the color. See, a lot of times all the funky, weird colors are the ones that are on sale. I don't care. Who's going to see it? I don't care what's on the color of my bed. They could be pink, purple, lavender. I don't care. And then the kitchen. Everyone says, oh, Corel, you have so many gadgets in your kitchen. I don't have all that. And I look at them and say, why? Like, I don't have a pasta maker. Why? Well, I don't have a KitchenAid stand mixer. Why? Oh, I don't have the Zojirishi 1 gallon of hot water at your disposal. Why not? I don't have a food processor. Why not? A blender. Why not? A Vitamix. Why don't you? Well, they're expensive. Yeah, but there's a couple things in life you have to do. Eat, crap, breathe, sleep. That's what you should spend the most money on. Good toilet paper or a bidet, because you crap a lot. Some of you are really full of shit, honey. And then good stuff in the kitchen. Good plates that you love to eat off of. Fabulous tea sets that you love to drink out of. and fabulous gadgets to help make cooking easier. Air fryer, Zojirishi hot water, rice steamer, pressure cooker, multi-cooker, Brava oven, Vitamix. Yes. Yes. KitchenAid stand mixer. Hello. Pasta maker. Hello. Is this thing on? You got to eat, children, which means you got to cook. Have all the tools, every gadget you need. So spend the money on the bedroom. Spend the money on the kitchen. Spend the money on the bathroom. The rest of your house, whatever happens, happens. But those rooms, child. You got to have the nice sheets and the blankets and the mattress pads. You could die up in the bed. And granted, you'll soil the sheets, but you won't be there. So you know what? Let them carry you out in fabulous sheets. Let the coroner or the paramedics go, wow, they died in some nice bedding, didn't they? My goodness. So yeah, okay. There's a tangent we got off on, isn't there? I remember how the cassette player would eat your tapes. It only ate your tapes when your heads were dirty. Now, dirty head can be a good thing, but not on a cassette player, okay? So you had to clean the heads with alcohol, honey. Clean the little wheels. It only ate your tapes if it was dirty. Dirty cassette. You dirty pillars. Oh, Lord. So what's my outrage of the day? I ranted yesterday. I ain't ranting today. We'll have a This Gay Week tomorrow, and then Friday through I'm off. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So you know what? I don't care. Today, I don't care. I don't care. Although, when I heard that motherfucking orange turd of a human being last year made $2.1 billion, like Mr. Evil, $2.1 billion. When I heard that Donald Trump, while being a seated president, made $2.1 billion more than any seated president has ever made in office. To put that in perspective, what Donald Trump made last year alone, you could spend $55,000 a day for 100 years. That's how much money Donald Trump made last year alone. Enough to where he could spend $55,000 a day for 100 years. You see, every time I throw these figures around, 2.1 billion, whatever, I want you to try to understand exactly how much money that is. It's $55,000 a day for 100 fucking years. And he sat there in our White House with every bit of conflict of interest and made that money. 1.4 billion off of crypto, 685 billion off of something else. All of them scams, all of them to curry, with people to curry favor with him. It's disgusting. It's wrong. And there ain't shit we can do about it. He's got the money. $55,000 a day. And he releases this figure at a time where you know what? Yesterday I cried. I'm going to share something with y'all. I cried yesterday. I actually cried. Boo-hoo tears. I called about my car. Okay. As you know, it blew up a week and a half ago. And they said, okay, we'll have to fix the radiator to see if the rest of the car is okay. I said, okay. So they said it'll be $650, $400 for the radiator, or $200 for the radiator, $400 for labor. I was like, okay. When I get there, it was $1,188. That's double. And I said, what? And they said antifreeze to fill it up, hoses to connect it. And then I needed 2 more things called ignition coils because that's why the light was on. So I paid the man. I got in the fucking car, drove halfway home. The VSC check engine light came back on. It heated up past halfway on the gauge. Oh, we'll drive it for a day, and if those lights don't reset, bring it back on Monday, and we'll put another ignition coil in for $118, but I won't charge you labor. I got that car 4 years ago. When I bought it when Steve gave it to me, it needed $2,000 in work. And I thought, well, it's an old car. and it's, that's a cheap price, because he gave it to me. So I paid that. 2 years later, it needed $1,000. So that's $3,000. In May of this year, it needed $23,000. So that's $5,300. Now with this $1,100, that's $6,500 I've spent on a 2001 Lexus with 200,000 miles on it. And I don't have it. I had to put it on a credit card, and I started crying. On the way home, when the light came back on, I started crying because I don't have any more to put into it. And that means I probably lost the $1,100 that I just spent on it. I mean, could sell it probably and get that much out of it. So I don't even know what to do with it. Take it back and see if he can put another engine coil or ignition coil in, and if that makes the light go off. I turned on the heater. He said, if you turn on the heater and it keeps getting hotter, the head gasket's blown. I turned on the heater and it didn't keep getting hotter. The gauge didn't go down, but it didn't get hotter. So he said that was a good sign. But I cried. Because $1,100. I mean, I don't have it. And so when I hear that the president, the president of the United States, made enough money to spend $55,000 a day, that is most people's annual salary. And he can spend a year of someone's salary a day for 100 years. It made me so mad. It made me so angry. Because here I am crying over $1,100, literally crying. You aren't going to hear another host say these things to you. But there I was in the car, just boo-hoo. Like, what do I do? Like, I don't even want this car. I mean, it's not like a Lexus is my dream car. I want a convertible something. I want to live where I don't need a car. And then that's the other thing. My HOA broke me yesterday. I deleted my Facebook account. I cannot. I was on there fighting with people from the HOA we have a Raintree group on there. And I was fighting people on it and calling people names, you asshole, this. And I thought, I don't need this in my life. And then under my comments on Facebook, under gay pride posts and stuff, there was this guy who goes, tell me as a gay man what rights I'm losing. And I thought, if I have to tell you, you stupid fucking moron. And I thought, no, see, you're upset. I deleted my Facebook yesterday. I'm like, I don't need it. I will post to Instagram and TikTok, and I will not go on there, and I will not read the comments. I will simply post the videos to try to get interest in my show. I can't take it anymore. There's too much negativity. I was crying yesterday over a car because I don't have $1,100. I mean, I have it. I put it on a charge card. But I was boo-hoo tears. I thought, you know what? You got to get happier. And if this place where I live, I love my condo. But if it makes me sad because every time I walk around, I see deferred maintenance, I see a waterfall not working, or I see sprinklers that are broken, or a carport that's turned upside down, and that gets me angry, then I have to move. So yesterday I thought, well, maybe I should move in Vegas. Maybe I should move another place here until I figure out where in the world I really want to be, just to get out of here and get in a house that doesn't have an HOA. Or if it does, an HOA that is professionally run and well run and all of that. So, yeah, I cried yesterday, and then I thought, I've got to leave my house. And I wanted to leave Vegas, but I thought, where would I go for real? Like, for real, where would I go? Ember's vet is here that she loves. She's 11. She's had this vet since she was 2. Well, she'll be 11 in November. And I know she could learn to like a new vet, but, I have some doctors here that I like. I thought, well, maybe I should stay in Vegas another few years and then move to. But see, I don't even know. I don't know. Trump has got me. I don't know where I'm coming or going. And that's the truth. The midterms are in November. I'm like, maybe I should just wait here at this condo until November. Because then if we do lose the midterms, I don't know that I can stay in this country. I mean, maybe because we'll be halfway through his term. But if the Republicans have control of one or both houses again, I don't know. Because one of our topics today is how these motherfuckers in Congress who get $150,000 a year plus benefits for life, and they all come out millionaires, these bitches went home early. They went home early because the conservative faction of Mike Johnson's party is trying to attach this Save America voting rights bill, which will make it almost impossible for half of America to vote because you will have to show a birth certificate or passport, proof of citizenship. A driver's license will not be enough because that doesn't prove citizenship. They are trying to get a bill through, and so they want to put it on the defense funding bill. But Mike Johnson knows if they do that, Democrats and some Republicans will not pass the defense funding bill. So he sent them home. And when they come back, they work for 2 weeks from July 15th to July 31st, and then they go out for an August recess. I want that fucking job. They don't do shit. They don't vote on anything. They don't get anything done. They're not doing their checks and balances on the President of the United States. And they only work 148 days out of the year. And now they're gone away for 2 weeks. They'll come back for 2 weeks and go away for a month without doing shit while we suffer. They're not lowering prices. They're not ending the Iran war.
Patreon is the way to show you care. Subscribe today if you dare. Keep the show on there. Patreon is the way. Now it's showtime.
Rachel Mira in the chat room. You are correct. She said, get off of social media. It's bad for your she's right. It's bad for your mental health. Because yesterday I decided that fuck all this. I am 63, going to be 64. I need to be happier. If this condo, being in this complex with this HOA, is making me unhappy, then I have to move. Whether it's here in Vegas and I only move for a year or two and then sell that house, or whether I wait until November, it's only July, so August, September, October, 4 months. You know, I can wait 4 months. So do I wait to the midterms and then if we lose the midterms, truly just leave? I mean, we all say that, right? We say that if the Democrats lose the midterms, there'll be a lot of people fleeing America and that those people will have means to do it. But you and I, if I only have 100 or 120,000 or 150,000 to leave America, could I, if I went to Thailand, I could do it. And I don't want to count that out. I mean, you know, I don't think I'd like it there. But, you know, if I'm truly escaping the United States, do I go north to Canada, which became a country today? I don't know. Will some of my friends be more apt to come with me if we lose the midterms? Maybe. I don't know. You know, it takes 3 months for escrow or, you know, at least 2 months. So if I sold my house, you know, and it's going to take months to sell my house. That's the other thing. I could put my house up for sale right now in July and not sell it until the midterms. It may not sell until November. It might take 4 months to sell. So maybe I should put it up for sale right now and then, you know, see, I don't know. It's too much to think about and I just want to be happy. You know, I just want to be happy. Go where the water is. Yeah, you can't live on 120K in Canada. No, you can't. Go where the water is. Well, where is that, James? Where is there water? I've asked ChatGPT this thousands of times. Chicago. Have you seen their winters? It's worse than our summers. You know, Massachusetts. Yeah. What entertainment is there? You know, I am an entertainer. I would like to stay around entertainment and the possibility of performing. You know, New York, can't afford it. I'd love to move to New York, but not where I could afford in New York. You know, so I know a lot of us would like to leave if the midterms don't go our way, but realistically, the entire world is becoming too pricey. You know, people say, well, what about Dublin? You love Ireland. I do. Dublin cost as much as Los Angeles. I could live in the center of Ireland or the west of Ireland, but that's an isolated kind of life, and don't want that. I'm not ready to retire. Although I really have, it was kind of in a dream. I bought a pub, and upstairs, I lived upstairs in a 3-bedroom unit upstairs, and downstairs was the pub, and I was the proprietor, and we served vegan pub food, and we had a stage, and I performed, and I had acts that came in, and yeah, it was a dream I had, and it was a pub in the middle of Ireland. It wasn't in Dublin. It was in a village, and I was a hit in the village, and everybody loved me, and that sounds like a Lifetime movie, doesn't it? But again, I ain't got the money to buy a pub, you know? So, east of the Mississippi, yuck. Most of those states are red. Yuck. That just leaves Massachusetts, Vermont, a few other states, New York. I ain't living in a red state. Oh, hell to the no. So we got Trump making $2.1 billion, $55,000 a day for the next 100 years. We got Congress going home. That's it. I'm out of here. I'm going home. We got Congress going home with their job not done. Coming back for 2 weeks in the middle of July and then going out again for a whole month in August. What a useless. Mike Johnson should just be struck by a meteor. I swear to God, just the most useless human being on the planet, along with Donald Trump and J.D. Vance and that Marky Mark, whatever his name is, Marky Wayne, whatever. Oh, my God. Every time. That guy is so full of contempt for women, for everybody. I want someone to literally smack the shit out of him. He is one of those bullies that actually need to be beaten up. You know, there's some bullies that won't back down until they have the shit smacked out of them. He's one of them. Him and that Peter Hegsworth. They need a liberal, progressive, to just, you know, some senator to smack, because he's yelling at the senators and showing them disrespect. One of the senators should get up and just smack him in the face. But they won't. You know, back in the olden days, they would. In the early days of the Continental Congress, people would get shot on the congressional floor. I am making that up. Look it up. 3 people have been shot on the floor of Congress. Oh, yeah. Tempers used to flare, honey. Now, I'm not saying he should be shot. He shouldn't be. And he shouldn't be killed. He should just have the shit smacked out of him by a liberal that he's being such a bully to. He bullies people. He should not be allowed to be a bully. But, you know, that's advocating violence, and I don't like violence, so I don't want to advocate it. Oh, Lord. What happened to us? Are you saying what happened to us or what happened to the U.S.? I don't... What are you saying? Because I think both are appropriately true. So Congress has quit. They basically quit. Mike Johnson couldn't get the members of his own party just to vote on a defense bill and not tack on this Trump voting bill. And since he realized he couldn't get them to vote the way he wanted them to, he sent them all home. I want a boss that sends me home weeks early with pay. And they're getting paid. And then 2 weeks off, come back for 2 weeks in the middle of July, and then August off. What a gig. Alexa, how many days per year does Congress work? Do you see how useless? No wonder we're all switching to ChatGPT. You know, because ChatGPT knows the answer to that question. How many days per year does the U.S. Congress work? Let's see. All the computing power in the world. Days in legislative session, 147. 165 legislative days per year.
It's broadcasting from a completely different point of view. Yours. Listen daily to the Carellcast on your favorite streaming service. You're listening to the Carellcast. Driving you home or driving you crazy. It's broadcasting from a completely different point of view. Yours. Listen daily to the Carellcast on your favorite streaming service. You're listening to the Carellcast. Driving you home or driving you crazy.
Now it's your time.
So, the average American works about 250 days out of the year, and that's with a 2-week vacation, which most people don't take. So add another 10 days. So the average American works about 260 days a year. Meanwhile, the average senator works 147 days out of the year. So the most important governing body in our land works about a little more than 1/3 of the year. That's it. 147 is what percent of 365? Alexa, 147 is what percent of 365? 147 So the average congressperson works 40% of the year. Alexa, 260 is what percent of 365? So you and I, with a full-time job, work 72% of the year. The average congressperson works 40% of the year and gets $160,000 a year plus benefits for life. Nice work if you can get it. If you can get it, won't you tell me how? And you see why the worst people run for Congress. Lazy, no account, good for nothings. That's what we have running our country. Lazy, no account, good for nothings who only work 40% of the year. And they say, oh, but they spend a lot of their other time meeting with constituents. No, they fucking don't. How many of you go meet with your congressperson? I'm being serious here. They don't meet with constituents. They meet with donors. They meet with money people. They don't meet with you and I. You and I meet with staff. I've met with Susie Lee's office for 5 years in a row now for the Music Advocacy Day. And guess what? We met with staff every single time. Susie Lee ain't meeting constituents. She's meeting money donors. And I love her and I'll vote for her. But I'm just saying, they don't meet with constituents. It's all a freaking lie. And now they're not even in session. They got sent home early. Bye. See you later, alligator. Then they come back on July 14th. They stay for 2 weeks and go out for August. And meanwhile, how's the work of America getting done? Well, that's simple. It ain't. It ain't. I agree with Rachel. Democrats shouldn't have gone home. They should have sat there and had a sit-in and said, no, let's fucking legislate. Let's do our jobs. Did you see in some state, I'd have to look it up, but a Democratic socialist who's only 29 years old beat a 15-term or a 15-year Republican, or no, Democrat, another Democrat, a very secure Democrat, a Democrat that was secure in her seat, lost to a 29-year-old Democratic socialist. Oh, 2 people have climbed the top of the Empire State Building and unfurled a banner. Well, what's the banner say? I mean, if you're going to climb all the way up the damn Empire State Building. They've been taken into custody. What'd they say? When the power of love beats the love of power, the world knows peace. So why were they arrested? I mean, really. That's a great message. Oh, yeah. But they arrested, honey. Because you can't be climbing. Yes, in Colorado. A Colorado primary defeat. Her name is Malat Quiros. She's a Democratic socialist, and she beat a 15-term incumbent. Yep. Democrats better be careful because young people want Democrat socialists like Mandami. I want Democratic socialists. I am the left of the left. Okay? I am. I don't think Democrats go far enough to the left. I think energy should be socialized. I don't think you should pay for electricity, gas, water, any of that. I think it should all be free. Oh, I am a socialist, honey. I believe we should have high-speed trains that go all across the country for free. Oh, yeah. And who pays for it? The 25 million millionaires and billionaires in this country. That's who. Yes, I would take some of their money. You bet I would. Hell yeah.
If you're not visiting reallycorrell.com daily, you're missing out. Get the podcast videos and the blog, including recipes, at reallycorrell.com. That's really KAREL.com.
Showtime is here, no time to fear. Corel is so near because showtime is here. So on with the show, let's give it a go. Corel is the one that you need to know.
Love is in the air everywhere I look around. Love is in the air every sight and every sound. Taylor and Travis, TNT, getting married this weekend at Madison Square Garden, spending millions of dollars on their wedding. Are you invited? Are you going? I didn't get my invite. Obviously, I shouldn't have my mailing address. Graham Norton's going. Cher's probably going. I ain't going. But I should be. And I got to thinking, Now, granted, they're millionaires and billionaires, okay? But that being said, can I just say, there is conclusive research that the most money you spend on your wedding, if you spend a ton, you have a higher chance of divorce. Ain't that something? People who spend more on their weddings have a higher divorce rate than people who don't. Do you think Travis and Taylor going to make it? You think they're going to be the Paul Newman and Joanna Woodward of our modern day era? Are they going to make it? I mean, they've made it for several years now. And they in love. And he's not threatened by her because he's famous and got millions of dollars. If he wasn't famous and poor, that would be different. But he ain't poor, and he's hot as hell. And I bet he's got a beautiful you-know-what. I bet Johnson & Johnson is strong with him. But, are they going to make it? Are they overspending? And she's a billionaire. So dropping $10 million on a wedding, that's nothing. And, by the way, she is very charitable. She gives to millions to charity. She takes care of her staff. At the end of her tour, she bought the trucks for her truck drivers. She gave them $150,000 bonuses. She gave some of her staff $200,000, her personal assistants, at the end of the tour. So she's a good girl, okay? Woman. She's a grown woman now. But I've met her several times, sat with her at a table, at an event. She's very, very nice. And she deserves all the joy she's getting. She really does. And she's so smart. She bought her tour buses years ago. And she rents them out to other artists when she's not on tour. Very smart. That's like that Lyle Waggoner. Remember Lyle Waggoner from Wonder Woman and all those other shows? Carol Burnett? He was on location once, and he was in a trailer. And he asked the studio where they got the trailer from. And they said, there's this guy that owns this ranch, and he's got 10 trailers, and we rent them from him. And Lyle Waggoner said, there's an opening. So he started Star Wagons. You've seen them. The Waggons, wagons with 2 G's, after Wagner. So Lyle Wagner, the actor, made a fortune because he started Star Wagons. And they were trailers meant for actors and actresses, tailored to what they had, a makeup station, the bathroom and shower and all that. All because he was on a shoot and realized that there was no central place to go get trailers when you needed to go do a shoot. So he started Star Wagons. Well, Taylor Swift she's managed herself, so she didn't pay commissions. She doesn't anymore, but she used to. She walked away from a record deal at 15 years old because they weren't putting her stuff out with RCA Records. And she found an independent label that would sign her, and she stayed with that label ever since. That label is very happy. Oh, yeah. So she's a good lady, and she hates Donald Trump, hates him. and went against management and parents and everything and made it clear that she hates him. He's not invited to the wedding. So she's a great lady. And from everything I've seen about Travis Kelce, he's a nice guy. He's an LGBTQ advocate, which is rare for sports stars. He's gorgeous. He loves his family, his brother, his mother. So, I think they've got a fighting chance. I do. But I don't know the pressures of being Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift, so I don't know. Andrew and I fought a lot. We really did. Because of the pressures of being the gay couple at KFI. So we fought a lot. So I don't know if they're going to, but they're spending a fortune on their wedding. A fortune, like millions of dollars. And statistically, that means they have a greater chance of divorce. So down below in the comments, tell me, do you think Travis and Kelce are going to make it? Travis and Taylor? TNT? Do you think TNT are going to make it? I certainly hope they do. I hope in 10 years they're happy and have children and all of that. I really do. I wish them nothing but the best. There are some celebrities, like today, the lead singer of the Village People, Victor Willis, he died. Dead. 72 years old, I think, some aggressive disease. And when I woke up and I saw that, I was a horrible person because I said, oh, good. And I thought, oh, stop that. Don't rejoice in someone dying. But he turned MAGA. He tried to say that YMCA was not a gay anthem, that he didn't write it as a gay anthem. He's such a fucktard. All of the group left. They all left because of him. The cowboy, Philippe, the Indian, the David Hodo, the construction worker, they all left the group. When you go see the Village People, it was not the original Village People. They left. They couldn't stand him. And when he allowed Donald Trump to play their music, the rest of the group left. They were like, no. So he would tour with a fake Indian and a fake construction worker. And he tried to say that their music wasn't for gay people, which is the biggest load of crap ever. So when I heard he died today, I was like, big deal. Good riddance. And I felt bad for that. I thought, I feel badly. I'm a bad person. I'm bad. But he was an asshole. So, So, yeah. I think one of her parents is an attorney. Maybe helped her make some sort of her decision. So maybe. So yeah, I hope Travis and Taylor make it. I do. I hope that now if they don't, he can always come find me. Because, oh, Lord. I must be thirsty. Because this morning on the way home from the park, we walked 4.5 miles this morning. There was a shirtless man, and he had a chiseled chest and a abdominal V. I followed him for like 5 blocks. Well, he was walking my way. But I could have passed him. But I liked the look from the back, that T shape on a man. Oh, my God. He reminded me I was gay. Because, honey, if I were 30 years younger, I'd have walked right up to him and said, do you need some help with, do you need a little happy ending this morning? Because, I had to lick those nipples raw. Oh, my God. He was just so handsome. He was so handsome. And just chiseled. And I thought, oh, girl, you're thirsty. Because, look, you are just staring at him. But, he was shirtless with little tiny shorts. And shirtless. And bronzed and muscled. I'm getting the vapors. Dear Lord. Oh, the prenup for them probably is, 100 pages long? 200 pages? Some happy lawyers, I'll tell you that. What if they don't do a prenup? Oh, bullshit. They're doing a prenup. She's a billionaire. They're doing a prenup. Because he would get spousal support. And even though he's a millionaire, she's richer than he is. So, yeah. Do you all think there's a prenup? They haven't made that public. I would never sign a prenup. Ever. I would never sign a prenup. Ever. I don't care what my lawyer said. I would never sign a prenup. Because it implies you're going to break up. Besides, the only way to leave me is to die. Ask Andrew. My husbands don't get out alive, honey. So, no, I'm serious, though. I would never sign a prenup, ever, ever, ever. I would not marry someone that I would think, what happens if we get a divorce? Because I just, to me, that wouldn't even be on the table. And I know a lot of you are all, oh, no, you got to have it. No, you don't. I would not sign one. I would never sign one, ever. If I fell in love with some rich man and my whole life was ahead of me to be fabulous, and all I had to do was sign this piece of paper that says if we ever get a divorce that, nope, I would walk away. I would. Y'all like, no, you wouldn't, Carell. If there was some rich man wanting to take care of you the rest of your life, If he wanted a prenup, and they always would phrase it like, I don't want this, as far as I'm concerned, but my lawyers, no prenup. Yes, you only see that in Vegas. Oh, my tongue was hanging out this morning. Amber was like, Dad. She was trying to walk faster. I'm like, we ain't passing that man, honey. I don't know whether I'd have to walk backwards then. We got right up behind him, too. Very, very close. He smiled and said good morning. He turned around and looked. He goes, oh, good morning. I was like, it is now. And I said that. He turned around and looked at me and he goes, oh, good morning. And I go, it is now. Oh, his chest. Just perfect. Just not too big, not too small. Perfect nipples. The abdominal V, you know what I mean? The two cuts on the side, the abdominal V, the six-pack that wasn't too pronounced. He didn't look overdone. Muscles in his arms, but not like veiny bulge. Oh, is the heater on? We need to turn on the air conditioner up in here because, child, whew. The prenup is a business decision, not a romantic one. Sorry. To me, it's a romantic one. See, this is where I disagree. I will never, ever, ever sign a prenup, nor would I ever make anybody sign one. Ever. Ever. First of all, if you divorce, it should be amicable. You shouldn't hate each other. And, if they cheat or whatever and you go to court, the judge ain't going to give them half your shit if they're cheating. So, no prenup. No, I'm old-fashioned. No prenup. I'm sure Travis and Taylor have one. I would not have one. No, nay, no. I would do a verbal agreement. I would say if we ever get divorced, you leave with what you came with or what is yours, But you don't split up. And then I would want to split everything. If my partner helped me get a better house, like Andrew. Andrew inspired me to be better all the time. Well, he pushed me. He made me. He was like, no, you're going to go work. No, you're going to bring in the money. No. So I did. But, he would have deserved, if we ever got a divorce, he would have deserved half of everything I had. Because he helped build it. And I had nothing before him, so it's not like I was a millionaire prior to him. So we got our money after together. No. I have nothing. See, I'm Whitney Houston. I have nothing if I don't have you. I have nothing if I don't have them. Take the money. Take the house. I just need you. You see through right to the heart of me. You break down my walls with the strength of your love. You're all singing along. You are. I never knew. Oh, I can't sing. Ember will start singing with me. Won't you, honey? She will. She will start singing with me. No prenup. No. Besides, if it's that messy of a divorce, I'll have you killed. If I am that wealthy, I'll just tell you, bitch, you try to sue me, you will disappear. Okay? I have watched enough forensic shows to know how to make your ass drop dead and nobody suspect a thing. Oh, it's so easy to do. A quick little shot of insulin, that'll do it. For a non-diabetic, a huge jab of insulin, they're done. Digoxin, a heart medication. They don't screen for it on a talk screen. Oh, no. Especially in older people. Just a quick shot of digoxin and they're gone. Visine in the coffee. That'll do it. Yep. Undetectable. Oh, yes. Lots of ways. Lots. I'm not saying you should do any of them. I'm just saying I don't need no prenup. I'll make it clear. You leave me in a pine box. I better not get married again and have a husband die, because y'all will come back to this show and say, he killed him. He did it. And if Travis Kelce dropped dead one day, we'd be better be looking at Taylor going, what's up, girl? No prenup? Okay. All right. I hope they laugh. Oh, my niece is in the chat room. Hi, Fawn. Hello, Fawn. My niece Fawn is in the chat room.
Patreon is the way to show you care. Subscribe today if you dare. Keep the show on there. Patreon is the way. Now it's showtime.
All right. Last segment of the day tomorrow is This Gay Week. With my friend, now see, there's a man I'd date. Oh, he's straight, but that's Scott that I do this week, every week, the show that I do here with Scott. Isn't he just the dreamiest? He's so cute and he's so informed and just a world traveler. He's been in war zones all over the world and a great writer. Oh, he's such a catch. Of course, he's straight. I would find the one man that I like be heterosexual, and that's just something. But whatever. So Scott and I will be here tomorrow with This Gay Week. And then Friday, of course, I have off because it's the 3rd of July. Are you going to celebrate? I bought some Impossible beef yesterday. The fake meat. Because I'm going to have a burger. But I couldn't buy buns. Well, I could have bought some buns this morning, honey. Oh, I could have put my nose right in. Oh, honey. Oh. And he had a little bit of sweat going down the back, right in the small of his back. There was some sweat just dripping. I wanted to lick that right off. But anyway, I couldn't buy buns because every bun that I read that I wanted to buy, there were like 18 ingredients that I did not know what they were. Sodium, potassium, hydrochloride. It's like, what the fuck? So now, tomorrow, I got to start some dough going so I can bake fresh hamburger buns for the 4th of July. And I'm going to make potato salad, but not with mayo because no fat. I am cutting out all the fat and calories that I can. Well, a quarter cup. It'll have a quarter cup of veganese, and the rest will be pickle juice and Dijon mustard and stuff like that. I'll show you. I'll tape it when I make my potato salad. So next week, you can all see how I made my potato salad. So I'm going to have a hamburger, and I'm going to, a fresh baked bun, and some potato salad. I might even make some coleslaw. I might. I like coleslaw. Throw some craisins in it and a little pineapple in it. Oh, yeah, I like that stuff. I do. Oh, Alan Rickson. Oh, someone get me him. Oh, Lord. I do have a crush on that tall stranger. Oh, yes, I do. But Alan Rickson, there's another one. Now, he's heterosexual, too, but oh, my God. Channing Tatum. Oh. And John Cena, he's so nice and sweet and protected his gay siblings, and he's just handsome as hell. And there's more than a few people out there that I would definitely. I must be thirsty. I must be, because men are looking good all of a sudden. Sometimes I just don't even notice. I'm like, whatever, who cares? But today I was noticing. Child, even one of the people picking up the trash at the park with the vest on because they're doing community service. Blonde hair, goatee, tattoos down his legs and his arms, probably 30 years old. Woo! I was like, ooh, there's some rough trade right there. But anyway, enough. Well, what do we want to talk about? Trump being an asshole, making $2.1 billion or $55,000 a day? Congress going home? I did want to talk about Chalance because we are talking about dating and men and all of that. And there's a new trend among the young people, and it's called Chalance. instead of dating first and second dates where you're supposed to act nonchalant, you're supposed to act not too interested. See, I'm not that way. When I met Tyler Bannister, even though we were just going to be friends, he gave me his number. I texted him on the way home. I said, let's go to tea this afternoon. Right away, we jumped into the friendship. When I meet someone I like, I'm all about them right away. Like, I want to start spending time with them right away. Not like, oh, well, let's see each other next week. Oh, no. If I go on a date with you and I am interested in you, I'm going to tell you, I'm interested in you. Can I see you tomorrow? That's called chalance. And nowadays, it appears that kids under 30 like that more than people who are nonchalant. Like, oh, yeah, that was fun. I'll get with you next week. Or let's try to put something on the books. Or, no, I think you're cool. Yeah, let's do this again. You know, They like people who are all in from the get-go. I read a whole article in USA Today about the rise of chalance. And I thought, well, that's me. That's how I've been for my whole life. If I like someone as a friend or as more, I let them know right away. I like you. We should see more of each other. I don't play all coy and like, well, maybe I'll check my schedule and, get back. No. No. If I go on a date with you, you better text me when I get home. Okay? When we leave the restaurant or leave whatever we have done and we separate, of course, if you're gay, we're going to have sex on the first date because that's what gays do. But you better text me when you get home or the next morning. All these people, do you think it's too soon? We went out on a date last night. Do you think it's too soon to send them a note? No! And now people want that. Back in the day, I guess they thought it was creepy or you were a stalker or seemed too needy or too rambunctious. Now they want rambunctious. It's called chalance. I say if you like something, let it be known. If you like someone, tell them from the get-go. Look, I fell in love with Andrew the minute I met him. And that's the truth. The minute I met him, I fell in love with him. The minute. And he went home with someone else. He went home with Dan Campbell. And I went back to the bar that Sunday. That was on a Thursday. I went back to the bar that Sunday and let him know we were going to be dating. And he laughed at me. I said, well, you better get over this job as a waiter here at the frat house because I'm not having my boyfriend have men's hands all over him. He said, well, it's a good thing I'm not your boyfriend. And I said, well, you're going to be. He's like, oh, am I really? I said, yeah, oh, yeah, you're going to be my boyfriend. And he was like, yeah, no. And I said, yeah. And he goes, well, not this weekend because I'm going to Big Bear. And I said, no. Sunday you're going with me to a game and Vesta Williams is singing and we're going in her limo. We're going to sit in a box and then we're going to watch the Laker game and then we're going to go out with Vesta afterwards. He's all, no, we're not. I'm going to be in Big Bear. I said, no. Sunday at 2 p.m, I'm meeting you in a limo and we're going. And he said, no, I'm going to be in Big Bear. So Saturday, I called every Howard in Big Bear. I'd only met him twice. I called every Howard in Big Bear, and on the fourth Howard, I got the right place. Is your son there? Yes. And he's all, hello, who is this? I go, it's me, Charles. And he's like, why are you calling me here? I go, because you're coming back to go with me, right? Guess who came back and went with me? And who moved in the following Thursday? And who I was never apart with more than 24 hours in 12 years. I am Carell. You be who you want to be, so I don't hurt anybody because I am not nonchalant. I love you all. I'll see you. Have a safe and happy 4th. We're going to do this gay week tomorrow, and then it'll be the 4th, so have a happy 4th.
It's broadcasting from a completely different point of view. Yours. Listen daily to the Carell Cast on your favorite streaming service. You're listening to the Carell Cast. Driving you home or driving you crazy. It's broadcasting from a completely different point of view. Yours. Listen daily to the Carell Cast on your favorite streaming service.
Showtime is here, no time to fear. Carell is